Good morning, T1. Good morning. Or afternoon or evening. I don't know what time zone you're in, but hello. Yep, as always, we're going to give it a few minutes before we get started. Hope you're having a good day so far. Four p.m. Good afternoon, then, I guess. Yeah, let's give it like a couple more minutes. Now that I have finished pinging a fuck ton of people, that took like 4 hours. Oh my god. I mean, I took breaks and did some other stuff, but yeah. My day's going okay. I mean, just spent 4 hours pinging people about their games, so yeah, that's a thing. Took some breaks to do some other stuff, but still, it was a lot of games to ping for. But yeah, that's just what you do when you run this thing. I'm used to it. Yeah, this is the guy who picked Giraffrig round 2, who I've been told is very good at the game. He's just doing this to flex, so fair enough, I guess. I mean, again, I did not know him before this, but if it works for him, it works for him. That's all I can say. Okay. Yeah, round 1 draft freak's kind of wild, I do have to admit. Um, okay, I'll just give one more way to finish what I'm doing on my screen real quick, and then we will get going. Let's do it this way. Yeah, let me look at the matchup real quick. I'll pause. I'm just doing Yu-Gi-Oh test hands to practice for a tournament I have on Saturday. But anyway, let's get into the matchup. Welcome, more people joined. So we have the Weird user on the left, Earthter on the right. Earthter with this very conspicuous round 2 Giraffrig. But yeah, whatever floats your boat. He got some pretty good mons around it though. I mean, he got round 6 Tentacruel somehow, so like, I guess it works out. If you just look at his team and like move the Giraffrig down here, it looks pretty normal, honestly. Looking at the matchup, as T1 saying, chat, this Raikou is quite strong. We do see the Per and the Salvage are okay checks into it. The Registeel can take a hit and boom on it potentially, but Raikou does look like it has opportunities. It can probably sub up on Tentacruel if it's running a good amount of bulk. It can sub up on potentially Zapdos. I mean, it probably can't fit, so it probably has to run Calm Mind free attacks, which does open up a bit to get Thunder Wave or Toxic by something. On Earthter's side, though, this Zapdos is wild. I mean, it checks Scissor and Sandslash and Venusaur and Gyarados and Bronzong. This, as long as you avoid getting boomed on by Bronzong, it's going to be really hard for Dwayne users to break down Earthter's Zapdos. This Registeel also looks pretty solid here. I mean, it can be, set up bar for some things. Yeah, Raikou does have Signal Beam, but where or not you can fit it is the question. I think I would probably just run free attacks Raikou with sub or Calm Mind. I don't think you need Calm Mind as much. I would just run sub free attacks probably. This Gyarados on the user side is pretty strong here. You just have to watch out for the Celebi, but Earthquake's out going to blow away this Tentacruel. And you just have to wear down Zapdos a bit, which isn't too hard to do. On this team, I guess there's a Wish Kangaskhan to keep it healthy, but Zapdos is definitely chippable here. Honestly, I think I'm going to give the matchup to Earth. This establishment just looks so strong. It's so very pressured, but if he can keep it healthy, I can kind of sit on most of this team. Okay, so we got Dweed User on the left and Earthter on the right. Let's get into it. We see Scizor and Galleyweeds. As the Galley just going to go turn 1 Will-O-Wisp. Wow, very cool tech. On a Banded Scizor, that would not have done 31 at minus 2 otherwise. Arcane's going to come in comes Tentacruel. It's just going to go double edge, doing 88 to this Tentacruel. Oh my god. It's going to be forced out, though, as Tentacruel comes in instead of a Toxic Spike. Purr is going to come in on Bronzong, pretty obviously cooking rocks. Swampert's going to yawn here. What's Bronzong going to do? He's just going to poison the Swampert with Toxic. In comes Registeel, obviously not want. In comes Registeel predicting, it's the Venus switch. Yep, Venus going to absorb those Toxic Spikes. They didn't really do anything. Venusaur is going to put Registeel to sleep, which gives a perfect opportunity for Arcanine to come in here. Now, he is forced out into Swampert, but Flare Blitz is still, yeah, this is going to do 39. It's a very offensive Arcanine. Might even be Banded as well alongside the Scizor. I'm not sure. I don't know the head calcs for Arcanine that well. It probably is Banded that did much to Pert, though. Pert's going to get up rocks as Gyarados comes in. Very good switch by Deleted User. Very good switch. It's going to quick double edge. What the fuck is double edge? Gyarados is certainly a set of all time. I don't know why you would run it here, but it gets it. Anyway, Registeel's just going to wake up and paralyze this Arcanine. That's really rough for Deleted User here. Earthquake is just going to knock it out. A huge offensive threat going down on Deleted User's side here. Venusaur's going to come in. He's going to miss the Sleep Power as the Registeel's just going to Thunder Wave. Oh no, another Pokemon paralyzed. Registeel's going to go for Rock Slide, I guess, trying to get some chip, but it's going to miss. However, Venusaur's paralyzed, so that doesn't matter. Now, Registeel's going to try and Power Flinch this thing down, and I guess it might succeed with this Rock Slide. Citrus Berry healing up. Venusaur is going to land the Sleep Power this time, so Registeel is back asleep. Celebi coming in. Very good prediction on the Leech Seed by Earthter. Celebi's going to sub. Is the Venusaur packing a poison move? It is. Sludge Bomb's going to break Celebi's substitute. And Celebi's just going to Psychic to a ton of damage Venusaur. Sludge Bomb's going to come out, do about the same amount of Celebi, and get the poison. This is going to force out Celebi or force it to recover. It's going to Leech Seed, but Venusaur's going to stay in. Sludge Bomb will knock out the Celebi. That's huge for Deleted User's Gyarados now. Tentacruel comes in, forces out the Venusaur. What's it going to click? It's going to spin. Makes sense. Get rid of those rocks. Bronzong can obviously get them back up. Or it's just going to Earthquake here. Do 30% to his Registeel. But the Registeel's asleep. These are free, literally free rocks. Like, nothing Earthquake can do about it. Registeel's going to wake up and paralyze this Bronzong, just paralyzing everything. My god. Earthquake getting another 32 off on this Registeel. Oh no. The full power means that Registeel's going to reveal counter. That's kind of unfortunate for Earthter, funnily enough. Now Gyarados comes in expecting another counter. It's going to intimidate the Swampert. Swampert is going to protect the Scout what Gyarados wants to do, but he's going to take more Toxic Chip as a result. Gyarados just going to be Waterfall, and that's going to take out the Swampert right here. Tentacruel comes in. Rapid Spin, get rid of the rocks again. But Gyarados is looking very frightening here. Tentacruel goes down as well. Zapdos comes in as Earthter's final unrevealed Pokemon. That makes a lot of sense here. Would be surprised if it wasn't. Zapdos is going to Roar, forcing in the Scizor. This Scizor can't do jack shit to it, but it just took 25% for nothing. U-turn only doing 9%. That's literally nothing. And Venusaur's going to go down to the rocks. As Zapdos just discharges. Bronzong's going to come in, going out to Registeel. Obviously, this thing friends the boom. You have to respect it. Gallade is going to come in as Bronzong's going to get those rocks back up. Thunder Punch doing negligible damage, and Bronzong is going to boom, taking out the Gallade. 2 Pokemon left on Earth's side. We see Raikou come in on the Registeel. Raikou switch into Scizor. You obviously cannot let your Raikou get paralyzed. That would just be game losing. Zapdos is going to come in as the Scizor just clicks Superpower. Yeah, it's going to do literally nothing with that burn. And Zapdos can easily just click Roost here for free. Yeah, Superpower, that means it's a Scarf Scizor if it's moving first, but yeah, Zapdos is just going to Roost up. I guess, technically could be Fast Scizor. Like, Jolly Scizor outspeeds no speed Zapdos, but really it's probably Scarf here. Because he keeps going U-turn, yeah. Superpower, yeah. Zapdos is going to roar it out. And in comes Gyarados. That's taking another 25%. Gyarados can't stay on Zapdos, so Scizor's going to come out and he's going to go down to his discharge. This Zapdos just walling Deleted uses his entire freaking team. Raikou comes in. Is just going to Thunderbolt on the Zapdos, doing less than half, revealing Life Orb as Zapdos is going to Toxic it. This might be a damage roll, probably not. If those left these Thunderbolt doing 43, Zapdos can't just spam Roost here until Raikou goes down to its own Life Orb plus the Toxic. I presume that's what he's going to do. Yep. I mean, Dewey is going to need a crit. Even then, I don't know if that'll be enough. He's going to go out to Registeel, preserving the Zapdos' health for the Gyarados. Raikou does get the crit, but it's on the Registeel instead of the Zapdos. Gyarados comes in, he's down 16%. Unless this thing Scarf, that Discharge will just straight up knock it out here. It is not. And Earthder going to take the win 1-0, a very close game. But this Zapdos just did so much work with the Rocks and Roar, just getting so much hit by everything. Discharge, getting good damage. Toxic in that Raikou is very strong. I mean, going into the matchup, we knew Zapdos was very powerful here. But yeah, I mean, kind of showed like it really sound like the entire team. And we did see like a Banded Arcanine, which could maybe help. But obviously the Zapdos obviously went down too early. So yeah, a very well done by Earthder. That Will-O-Wisp Galway on turn 1 was really smart. Just getting that Scizor. And basically, if I can switch out immediately, I think it was a Scarf Will-O-Wisp Scizor. I mean, I just knew the Scizor, pretty much just Scarf Will-O-Wisp Galway, just knew the Scizor, removed all threat potential it had in this entire game. Double Edge Call Mouse was cool. I'm not sure exactly why, but yeah, 1-0 win for Earthder. No Giraffe exciting though, unfortunate. Let's move on to our next game. Okay, here we are. We have Void of Darkness versus Granky. So Void of Darkness, I believe, is 0-0 or 1-0 right now. I know Granky is 0-1. So Granky's definitely fighting for his tournament life here. So definitely a big game. We're going to go into the matchup real quick. So Granky's Zapdos is interesting here. It is very important for wearing down the Skarmory, but Pokemon like Snorlax and Rotom can abuse it. And Arrow can also quick Stone Edge. In fact, Stone Edge Aerodactyl looks very, very strong. Stone Edge on Gyara was made for Celebi. I can see that, yeah. But you could have just run Ice Fang. I guess it's a good neutral move, though. Anyway, on Void side, this Aerodactyl looks fantastic. The Rock Resists are Lucario and Aggron. I mean, the switches probably going to be the Dusknoir. But with no real recovery outside Pain Split, Dusknoir can just take these Stone Edges. The one thing is, Dusknoir's pressure means it can only get... Aerodactyl can only click Stone Edge 4 times on sudden. And same thing with Zapdos. So Aerodactyl's Stone Edges might run out very, very quickly in this game, which is something to keep an eye on. We do see on Granky's side, Starmie looking solid outside the two really like Spinef tanks. But it's still not bad. Mamoswine could do a lot of work. All you have to do is eliminate the Skarmory. And to be fair, eliminating the Skarmory is doable between Zapdos and Entei. In fact, I really like the Entei here in general. If Snorlax decides to run Immunity instead of Thick Fat to protect itself from Toxic, Entei can do a lot of work. If not, I can still force a Tub Chip on that. But overall, I think I have to leave this matchup with the Void. His defensive core looks really hard for Granky to break through. I just don't know if Granky has the like raw offense needed to break through those top 3 plus Tentacruel. We'll see though. Let's get into the game. So on the left we have on the left we have Void. On the right we have Granky. Just to get a crit Blizzard turn 1. Remember that Mamoswine does not have freaking Thick Fat here, and then Mamoswine's gonna fire off his own Blizzard. Holy shit. Let's get a quick Blizzard again. As the Rotom's just gonna rest though. This Mamoswine's gonna have to keep hitting Blizzards. Granky's not gonna risk it. He's just gonna go out to Aggron. Rotom's gonna quick Blizzard, and that's still 31. That's a non-stab too, but Aggron's special defense is so naturally low. It's gonna Sleep Talk Blizzard twice. Wow. Aggron's going to Head Smash doing 75 to this Rotom, but obviously Rotom can just click Thunderbolt here. Or Discharge, that works too, and Aggron's gonna go down. Rotom is relatively low at 37 though. In comes Lucario. Just go Dark Pulse and take out the Rotom. Sets a big threat on a freaking Void side. Gone. God, this name is tripping me up. Espeon's gonna come in quick Psychic doing 71 to Dusknoir. That's definitely specs. Those forces in the Starmie. But that crit's gonna do 75. Ooh, that's so unfortunate. Never mind, Scarf. What the fuck? Is this Scarf? Scarf did 71 to Dusknoir? What the fuck? That's gotta be like modest Scarf. It's still, I can't believe it did that much damage. Maybe it's a slower Starmie. Anyway, in comes Cradily. Zapdos got quick agility. But Zapdos can't really touch Cradily that well. Yeah, he just goes out to Dusknoir. Cradely's gonna get the rocks up, so limit Zapdos for later. And Dusknoir's just a quick mean look as the Cradily quicks, I don't know what quick, maybe HP Grass if I had to guess. Hand Power's gonna do only 22. Just because Hand Power Grass is stronger than, freaking. Yeah, Hand Power Grass is stronger than, Giga Drain, which is why I think that's what it is. Cursed getting a Toe Chip here. Dusknoir's gonna protect me, that Cradily is going to go down next turn if it doesn't quick recover. I don't see Taunt as Dusknoir says, so Cradily can just recover if it wants. No, it's going to take out Dusknoir. It's going to wave on a tiny bit of health. But it is very low. It dies to rocks now. Bring in Zapdos. I don't mind the Cursed Dusknoir. I mean, it's just with a team that's, oh no, HP Rocky. That's going to crit on the Zapdos game rule. I don't mind the Cursed Dusknoir. I think it makes sense to a team this fat. It's a very good check to Snorlax as well. Like, if this gets it on Snorlax, it probably can 1v1 Snorlax most likely outside rest variants. But even then, rest variants, like, you're going to be forced to repeatedly rest. It's going to be a rough spot. Zapdos going to roost on the Snorlax. What's Snorlax going to do here? It's going to Body Slam. Doing 42. It's not going to paralyze though. Zapdos can keep roosting, but Body Slam can paralyze the Zapdos in this generation. It's going to eventually happen if it keeps cooking roost. You have Thunderbolt on the Snorlax, but Body Slam is a high... Sure, it is. Yeah, if Zapdos 5 weeks paralyzed, it will probably still outspeed because of the +2, but still. Yeah. Yes, it's in the Body Slam crit. That's unfortunate. Yeah, since the Dusknoir doesn't get perished on Curse, makes sense. Lucario's gonna knock it out with a Life Orb Aura Spear. Psychic's gonna take out Lucario though, and his Mailsign dies to rocks. Wow, very very dominant win by Void of Darkness here. Like that was not close. This Espeon doing so much. Cradily, I think he got a couple crits, but still like did a lot of work. Snorlax getting the crit on Zapdos was big, but Zapdos was kind of a rough spot. Anyway, he's gonna be staying low no matter what. Yeah, I mean, just a very dominant win from Void of Darkness here. The Rotom was pretty cool set. Blizzard Mailswine, as crazy as it sounds, isn't the worst idea since its Ice Stab is pretty bad. This is probably its best way to hit Skarmory for decent damage. Yeah, just I know I think pretty good prep on both sides, honestly, but this was I mean, I don't know. I thought this Zapdos could do something, but I guess Void of Darkness' team was just too powerful too quickly. Let's move on to our next one. So game 13, we have Shinrai versus Marshy. Shinrai's a good friend of mine. He's an admin in my draft league. And Marshy is last year's runner-up. So he is a very, very good DB player. Definitely the favorite to win in this game. We see 2 Rotoms, 2 Lucarios, and 2 base 115 speed Psychics in the first 3 slots. Very funny. And going into the matchups of those mons, Starmie goes bonkers here. I mean, there's no Dark type on Marshy's side. This one can just quick hit stabs pretty freely. The Lucario on Marshy's side also looks on Shinrai's side. Sorry, Starmie should look pretty good. The Lucario on Shinrai's, God, I cannot talk. Shinrai's side looks pretty good. You just have to wear down that Rotom into range of a +2 Dark move. That's definitely doable. On our Marshy side, Azov looks pretty solid. You just have to find a way around the Skuntank Pursuit trapping you, which is doable, but HP Ground doesn't really do enough. Maybe like a Nasty Plot Colberberry set could work, but I don't know. It's a bit rough. In terms of the Rotoms, I definitely think Marshy runs. I could see Frost here. I could see Frost to hit the Meganium harder. Since his team doesn't really like hitting into Meganium, Meganium is kind of tough to break down for it, especially if Glalie goes down early, which it tends to do. It's usually a lead set. It's almost always a lead set. Like 95% of Gladies I've seen are lead sets this generation. And with Starmie being such a reliable spinner and being able to eventually take down Rotom with Hydro Pumps. Yeah, no, not Rotom. I meant Lucario. Lucario gets a +2 Dark move. Lucario gets Nasty Plot and Swords Dance, so you need to wear Rotom into range of a +2 Crunch or Dark Pulse. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, no Nasty Plot on Rotom, obviously. That's much, much later. Yeah. I do think Shinrai probably runs Heat on his Rotom. It just makes sense into the Registeel. You do good enough damage to stuff like Nidoking anyway. Honestly, I can see like a Scarf Shinrai and a Scarf. I cannot talk in this matchup. What the fuck? Scarf Rotom into Shinrai being on Shinrai's side being very good. Hits the team pretty well. It's immune to E-Speed, so it can revenge Lucario effectively. Lets him win the Obviously, the speed advantage on the Rotom, a quick Shadow Ball. Tricking the Registeel is obviously very good. I think Scarf Rotom makes a lot of sense, specifically Scarf Rotom Heat. I don't know. I think I'm winging Shimrai in this matchup. I think he has a bit of advantage, but both sides definitely have a lot of good tools here. And of course, Marshy is the advantage. You know, he was a finals last year, so very, very strong player. Let's get right into the game. We see Registeel and Moltres lead. Hey, Moltres got Fire Blast on turn 1. Do some chip to Lantern. Lantern can't force out. There's just a quick Hydro Pump and miss on the Meganium. Would not have done that much damage, but might have given some information. As Meganium's got Leech Seed. Azelf will switch in comes Rotom Heat as Azelf just U-turns out. Nidoking is brought in here. Rotom is going to Shadow Ball doing only Twave. That's a very special defensive Nidoking. Nidoking's going to get up rocks, and Starmie's going to come in trying to spin them, presumably. The Toxic Miss is unfortunate. Starmie can obviously natural cure that off, but every bit of chip helps. Registeel's going to come in on the Surf. Only takes 16. Wow. Back out to the Rotom. It's going to take rocks again as Marshy doubles to his own Rotom. Shadow Ball again, only doing 24. That spin F drop is going to make Nidoking in range of 2 potentially, though. Another Shadow Ball, yeah, that Nidoking's going to next one. And another Toxic Miss, wow. Toxic is able to miss from poison types in this generation. 2 Toxic Misses is rough, even with only 85% accuracy. Getting that Toxic on Rotom could have been big. We're going to Thunder Wave the Registeel. Yellow Magic might as well. Rotom's going to come in. Is Registeel going to get paralyzed again? No, but it's doubling out on Marshy's side to their own Rotom. Shimmer's Rotom just going to Shadow Ball, do virtually nothing to Registeel. If switched out, which means it's almost definitely choice if it's switching out there. Toxic on the Gliscor was very funny watching Gliscor take toxic damage, as Gliscor's going to get up Shimmer's Rocks. Marshy's bringing in Azelf. Is just going to Psychic into the Skuntank. Skuntank's in a very good position now. HP ground good to 73. As expected, Colorberry, but is the Skuntank running Sucker Punch? It is, but Marshy's going to call it and make the switch. Very, very good play. And this Skuntank now going down means Azelf is looking at a fantastic position for this late game. Starmie comes in on Lucario. Lucario's going to quick crunch. It's faster. Oh my god. This is insanely slow Starmie. Surf will knock it out. I don't get people running slow Starmie. I think Starmie's best advantage is speed. I never will get people running slow Starmie in matchups like this. I don't think it makes any sense. Like, being slow in Lucario is such a liability. Anyway, U-turn in Shadow Ball into the Meganium. Meganium's going to take a good chip. Meganium's going to get off the Leech Seed on Marshy's Rotom, though. Still, Marshy will get a pretty good position. Rotom Heat is going to come in. Willow the Rotom Heat. Rotom Fossil Willow the Rotom Heat. This is so funny. We have a Toxic Gliscor in a Will-Wisp Rotom Heat. This is amazing. These the epitome of DPP looking weird as fuck to our gens. We have a Will Rotom Heat and a Toxic Gliscor. You love to see it. Anyway, trading status is Leech Seed and Toxic. Yeah, I don't think Slow Starmie just ever makes sense here. But we do see the Aromatherapy on the Meganium. I'm curious. So let's all see what all status is. It is going to heal the Toxic on Meganium, the Burn on Rotom Heat, and the Toxic on Gliscor. Huge. Yeah, you don't even have to run Timid Test, be jolly. You really don't, yeah. Yeah, so this Aromatherapy getting huge value, removing 3 status conditions from Shimrai's team. Rotom is going to will it again, though. And quick Pain Split getting a good chunk of health back, as Meganium is going to clear its burn again. Just continuing to quick will list. Is it a quick attack move? It is, but it's physical. Seed Bomb's going to do not a ton. However, this Leech is getting a ton of chip here. Rotom Campaign Split again. Also, I'm not sure who wins this exchange. It's kind of tight. Yep, Rotom is going to switch, though, into Azelf. Presumably expecting a Seed Bomb, but Aromatherapy is going to come out. This Azelf can do a lot of damage here. U-turn, get this Meganium really well. Meganium's doing a lot of work so far. Nidoking comes in on the Seed Bomb, is going to go down. Azelf comes in, now the Meganium is in U-turn range. It's just got Psychic, though. Probably doesn't want force itself to take extra rock chip. In comes this presumably Scarf Rotom Heat. It's going to go into Registeel. Quick Shadow Ball. I feel like, I guess there's no answer. Never mind. I'll click the electric move. Gliscor is going to come in as the Registeel rests, getting rid of that paralysis and waking up with the Chesto Berry. In comes Starmie. Registeel's going to get the Toxic off. Presumably this Starmie does have Recover, though, if it's so slow. Marshy's Rotom's going to come in, and we do see the Recover on Starmie. Switching back out the Rotom, presumably expecting a Surf. Yeah. expecting a Surf. Rome's going to be switched back in on a recover turn. Yeah, this Rome's taking a lot of chip damage here. Starmie's just going to knock out the Rome with Surf here. I don't really get that sequence, but that's okay. Let's see. Marshy's going to bring in the Lantern now. Thunderbolt knocking out the Starmie. That's an incredibly fast Lantern. Is that fucking Scarf? That might be the Scarf Lantern. Okay, yeah, it's the Scarf Lantern, probably. In comes Registeel on the knockoff. But yeah, so Earthquake's going to do a ton of damage. Though. Is Registeel packing Ice Punch? No, it's just going to Toxic here. So Skyscraper is taking more chip. It's going to knock off again. I don't know why you would do that. I feel like you just click Earthquake there. I guess maybe he was worried about E-Self, but I don't know. Knockoff may have knocked down from 5%. I'm not sure. Slow me because they thought that would quick E-Speed. That's possible, I guess. Moltres going to Fire Blast onto the Registeel. Marshy's going to bring in Azelf here. Azelf is going to Psychic, getting 53 off into Moltres. Moltres going to quick Hand Power. Obviously, it's either Grass or Ground. Well, it's Grass because obviously Ground. Lantern's going to come in. Lantern's going to Surf, knock out the Moltres. And Rome's coming in. Oh no, and a crit on the final turn. That is unfortunate. Oh my god, final turn crit. Yeah, surely Lantern Surf KOs from 28 if it's an offensive Lantern. But yeah, that's a gigantic win. Oh my god, huge upset with the Shadow Ball. We just play Shimrai 2-0 and brings Marshy down to 1-1. Marshy will have to win their last game to advance. Pretty good prep on both sides. I liked it a lot. This Azelf did really a ton of work here, which you'll have to see. I love Azelf in Gen 4. But yeah, final turn crit kind of just ended the game there. It's unfortunate, but that's how it goes. Going to our next game. We have Soup versus Salvatore Sesso. I believe Soup is 1-0. I think I recognize Salvatore's team, so he's probably 0-1 if I had to guess. We do see a T-Tar mirror here. Both sides. On the your side actually has an amazing T-Tar check. Soup does have like the Pert. But Pert is going to be really pressured to take on Heatran, especially because there's nothing else that takes on Heatran at all. So Salvatore's combination of Heatran and T-Tar looks very strong here, not to mention a Kingdra on top of that. On Soup's side, Soup's T-Tar looks fantastic here as well. Stone Edge Berserk just destroys this team. I mean, my god. Edgequake hits 5 of the real Pokemon super effectively, 6 if you count the Magnemite as an 8th Pokemon. And Kingdra doesn't enjoy taking this. Spiritom's the one we'll check, but Spiritomb can easily be subbed on it if it's not running HP fighting. Yeah, Soup's Tyranitar goes freaking bonkers here. I will say it's probably the main thing he is going for him. I don't think his Pokemon are that great here. But then again, this Cradily also looks pretty solid defensively. With the Sand Boost, a lot of Salvatore's offense is special. This is a tough one. I think I'm going Salvatore. The combination of his top 3 is just so dangerous offensively. So we have Soup versus Salvatore here. We see Fortress, Weed, and Cloyster. So both are weeding spikers that get Boom and Explosion. Very funny. I'm Boom and Rapid Spin. The Spiritomb's going to come out as the predicting Fortress to spin. No, Fortress to get a second spike though. Heatran is going to come in here, take some spikes as the first spike goes up. This is good positioning for Salvatore though offensively. Heatran's going to get Fire Blast. That's probably going to bounce off T-Tar. Yeah, only does 19. In comes Cloyster. It's going to probably take attack here. As T-Tar's just going to quick Dragon Dance early on. Stone Edge will knock out Cloyster here. What's going to come in? Heatran's going to come in. This must be a Scarf Heatran then. But Earth Power's not going to knock out. Even Flash Cannon probably KO'd from that range. His Earthquake's going to do so much damage. Spiritomb comes in, presumably threatening HP Fighting or Willow. But I don't even know if it lives a Stone Edge at +1. Yeah, no. Is this just going to be a turn 2, like turn 3 T-Tar sweep? Does Toxicroak have Vacuum Wave? It has Sucker Punch. No, it's not running the Vacuum Wave. Yeah, this T-Tar probably just wins the game then. I really feel like, I mean, looking at the matchup, I really think like you should have run Vacuum Wave on. I would just run dual priority on Toxicroak, honestly. Vacuum Wave for T-Tar and Sucker Punch for Gengar. Just run dual priority. But yeah, Crunch can knock out Kingdra, and I doubt Salvatore's last Pokemon could have a hit at 25%. Yeah, Earthquake should knock out, and oh my god. I mean, wow. I mean, there's just a game of T-Tar going crazy. It had a fantastic matchup, and it was allowed to give a Dragon Dance, and unfortunately, it appears Salvatore did not prep adequately for it. No Flash Cannon on Heatran, and no Flash Cannon on Heatran if he's going to run Scarf, and no Vacuum Wave on Toxicroak. That's kind of the game. Yeah, T-Tar Sonic just wins, and Salvatore did not prep adequately for it. He's a Pokemon that you have to respect really heavily, and clearly he did not respect it enough here. So, huge just, I mean, it's a clean sweep for T-Tar, claiming all 6. A Lumu Soup into brackets, I believe. Well, that was a quick one at least. Let's go on to Game 5. Let's go on to Game 5 here. One second, where was I? Oh, I was pinged in here. Sorry, I was checking something. Okay, so we have Alleyway versus Jamie for real. I don't remember the record, so we're just gonna treat it as if it's a blank slate. So we do see 2 Scizors, 2. It's kind of like 2 Scizors, 2 115 speed psychics, 2 fat as fuck normal types, 2 ground types with a 4 times weakness. So you have very funny matchup here. Jamie for with the triple normal with Blissey, Togekiss, Swallow. That's certainly something you can do, I guess. Don't get me wrong, I think normal types are quite good, and they're good Pokemon, but it kind of compromises a lot of the defensive integrity of this team, potentially. Starting off, Alleyway's Snorlax goes freaking bonkers here. I mean, my god. You have to watch out for Scizor's superpower, and I guess Togekiss power flinching you down, which it can't very much do because Snorlax is so slow, but still very strong Snorlax matchup. But on that same note, Alleyway's Scizor is also very good here. Just spam U-turn. Just quick U-turn. It's all you have to do, and you just get so much damage on everything. The Blaziken also looks very strong. The fighting resist is Muck in Azel, so Blaziken just click superpower and do a ton of damage to something every single time. Jamie's Scizor does not look bad, though. If it gets up a Swords Dance in prime position, Quick Attack will do an absolute shit ton to Blaziken with its low defenses. I think Jamie Fearless for his Azel also looks pretty solid here, but Bullet Punch does revenge it. Does do good damage to it. I think it's likely it's a Scarf Blaziken if it comes. And also Honchkrow if it comes can Sucker Punch you, but of course it still is doable. Yeah, I don't know. I think I have to give this matchup to overall to who is tough. I think I'm going to lean Alleyway in the matchup. I think the combination of Scizor and Blaziken and Snorlax is just going to be too much for Jamie to overcome. Let's get into the game. Leading the Honchkrow into Scizor. Is Honchkrow just going to Heat Wave? Yeah, just going to Heat Wave turn 1. No scout from Jamie, and the Scizor's going to go now immediately. That's very unfortunate. Weavile's going to come in double into Blissey. This is going to force out the Scizor. And Seismic Toss is going to just do negligible damage to Snorlax. Snorlax is going to start cursing here. Blissey's going to go out to Muck. Muck's going to take a big return, take 60 free. Is it running Haze or something? No way it's going to miss the Toxic. Oh, God. I mean, what's the immunity? Let me look. It's probably Thick Fab as the Weavile, but damn. Does this Snorlax just win? Return into Gastrodon. Gastrodon's going to quick counter. Wow, very nice prep. He lost his Muck for nothing, but at least he took it out of Snorlax. In comes Starmie. Presumably an HP Grass or Grass Knot. I forget Starmie gets Grass Knot. Into Blissey. Gonna take literally nothing. Gliscor comes in as a Jamie's in the back, but he's doing everything he can. Or double into Gastro. He's just gonna recover up here. Double into Blaziken, expecting to switch into Blissey, and Alleyway does get that right. And Superpower's just gonna take out the Blissey from full. Alleyway in an amazing position here. So Life Orb Blaziken too. HP Grass just goes straight up one-hit KO that Gastrodon. Yeah, this is looking pretty over. Azel's going to come in. Vacuum Wave from Blaziken, getting some good chip, 21% there. Azel's going to take it out with Psychic. What's going to be the choice to revenge? It's going to be Honchkrow. Honchkrow going to click Sucker Punch here. Switching out to Weavile, as Honchkrow is just going to Night Slash, though, getting 57 with a crit. In comes Scizor as a very free switch for Console. Or for Alleyway. Yeah, Ice Show's going to do really nothing. It's a Life Orb Weavile. I mean, this Scizor just cleans up here, right? Knockoff on Weavile. Sure, I guess it technically got rid of the lefties, but I don't think it really matters. Knockoff doesn't really help here at all. Bullet Punch, and then in comes Azel Scoot out +2 Bullet Punch. Yeah, Console's going to forfeit. I mean, very dominant win from Alleyway here. The Blaziken doing so much work, getting 2 knockouts. The Snorlax taking out the Muck, getting a ton of damage on Gastrodon. Scizor just being very strong as matchup. The turn 1 Honchkrow taking out Scizor was also huge. Maybe Console didn't know it got Heat Wave, but I feel like you always have to scout for that, at least if you're aware that it exists. Because Honchko always wants Heat Wave in this matchup for sure. But yeah, a very big win for Alleyway. Hey, let's get into the next one. 2 very, very fast games in a row. Okay, let's get into game number 6. So we have Jamie playing his second game in a row, and we have Unzips Kroger here. So once again, we see a firefighting type into Jamie's team. That's a bit of a rough matchup pull. I mean, Blaziken now, you have the firefighting type in Inferno that just manhandles this team. I mean, Jamie has like nothing he can do about it. Oh my god. I legitimately think Inferno just wins this matchup on its own. That's really sad. We do see the Gyarados also being quite strong without a water resist at all. On Jamie's side, I was going to say, I don't see much good on here, I'll be honest. There's just, Unzips Kroger has checks to everything. Yeah, I think this matchup might be unlosable for Unzips Kroger, but we will see. I'm just going to get into it because it is so one-sided. Unzips on the left, Jamie on the right. Scizor and Registeel lead. Scizor go quick. Registeel go T-Wave as Scizor goes into Gastron. Gastron expecting a switch quick Toxic. Into Shaman as Scissor's gonna come in. Good call by Console. Shaman's gonna quick HP Fire, do 81. Scissor's gonna U-turn, but Scissor very well might be in Rock's range now. We can't really tell from the 13%. Azelf is going to come in to pretty fat Shaman too. If it only took 59 from U-turn. Psychic into Azelf, and Pursuit's just gonna knock it out. Yeah, Azelf going down there is very unfortunate. Gastron's gonna come in. What's it gonna click? Shaman is the click again. Oh, Gastron's gonna counter. What is going on? That was not the play, my dude. And Shaman's gonna substitute, and now I can reach C and this Blissey. Oh my god, this Shaman's gonna win the game. I mean, yeah, Cypher doesn't break the sub. Shaman always wins this 1v1. Especially if it starts getting C-Flare drops. It's gonna miss the Toxic, but I don't think it's really gonna matter. You can just substitute it again. Yeah, it heals 22% off that Leech. That's insane. Scizor is going to go out to Rocks here, but that's a free substitute for Shaman. And Shaman's in prime position here. Weavile's going to come in. He's just going to Ice Shard, breaking the sub. Shaman's going to quick Hand Power Fire and do a ton of damage to it. Shaman might be forced out here, yeah, into Registeel, but Weavile's Ice Shard is going to do nothing. It's going to take more trip from the Life Orb than it did to Registeel. Knock off again. What? Oh my god. I think this might just be a lack of knowledge moment. I think Jamie just doesn't really know much about DPP, unfortunately, based on a lot of this play and prep. Nasty Plot Togekiss, what's ready to go quick? It's just going to Thunder Wave here, which we did already see, so we knew this was coming out. Iron Head on the Togekiss, going to get a flinch. Is Togekiss going to get a taste of its own medicine here? No, Flamethrower is going to do a ton to Registeel, but he's still going to go down. Gastron is going to come in. Registeel's going to fire off an HP Grass Registeel. What a tech. I really love that. Gastron's in range of an Neuron potentially, forcing in the Blissey. Oh, what's Registeel going to do? It's just going to try and T-Wave Iron Head. And now, Unzips Kroger just going to win by a forfeit. Yeah, I mean, that was a game. I feel kind of bad. He just kind of got hard walled by Registeel Shaman, but like, I mean, the Shaman versus Blissey match is what happens. Letting the Weavile go down like that, I mean, is how it is. But yeah, big 6-0 win for Unzips Kroger. Oh, these games are going really fast on this one. We're on game 7. It's already been 40 minutes. Only been 40 minutes, yeah. So for our next game, we have T1, who was in chat, or I don't know if they're still in chat now, versus FBK or Flare Blitzkrieg. Let's go into the matchup here. So Scizor, Starmie Mirror, very interesting. I will say T1W1's T1's Starmie looks a lot better than Flare Blitz is here. I mean, it just quick spines here. It's also very good for spinning. It has enough firepower to prevent Rotom from spin blocking it, which is really nice. And that spin's going to be important into Roserade with those spikes. Those spikes are going to be really problematic for Scizor and Snorlax and Jolteon and Steelix and Celebi. But Starmie's such a good spare, it should be fine. Flare Blitz's Machamp looks very strong here, though. Not great fighting resistance on T1 side. Celebi's a bit of an issue, though. T1 Scizor looking very strong, but you have to watch out for Willis on Rotom, of course. And Jolteon's looking solid here. Not, like, amazing, but it's probably going to do a lot of work. I think I have to win T1 here, just off the power of Starmie. It's so strong in this matchup. Let's get into, so we have Flare Blitzkrieg. Oh, I forgot to switch sides. T1 on the left, Flare Blitzkrieg on the right. Just a U-turn on turn 1 from Scizor into Altaria. Altaria's just going to click Flamethrower. Negligible damage to Starmie. He's going to get the burn, eventually forcing it out. We're going to see an Ice Beam come out from Flare Blitzkrieg into the Scizor. Starmie's just quick Ice Beam again. Wow. And it's going to get rewarded with a freeze. Oh no. That Starmie would have just done a U-turn. Scizor's going to try and pursue, but it's still frozen. That is incredibly unfortunate. Donovan's going to get rocks here. Subby's going to come in quick HP Fire, do 87 to the Scizor, but he does have a scout for a eventual Scarf for the U-turn. And in comes Steelix, takes a crit. That extra chip might come in handy later. Starmie just going to Hydro Pump and knock out the Steelix. Wow, very strong positioning for Flare Blitzkrieg so far. Selby's going to come in, switch out to Rotom as rocks go up. Scizor's going to come back in on the Rotom. I mean, yeah, what else did you go into? It's and a crit. You don't even have a chance to unfall. What the fuck? This is really sad. We see Jolteon come in, so I was going to fire a Shower Ball here, but he's actually going to baton pass into Starmie, but T1's lost so many pieces already. Starmie has got Ice Beam, and it's not out of the Rosemary. Scizor's going to kick a Grass move. It is Energy Ball takes it down. Oh my god. Flare Blitzkrieg in the insanely dominant position. In comes Jolteon, but I know. Shower Ball's going to knock out the Roserade, but Jonathan can just come in here. Or Rotom. Yeah, Rotom's going to come in. Rotom reveals to be Scarf. Scarf Shower Ball's going to ton. Jolteon's Shower Ball is not going to knock it out back. T1 probably has to go into Altaria here, yeah. Shower Ball might, two kills. Does this Rotom just win the game? Is Celebi in range? I don't know if it's in range from 82. Depends on the spread, I guess. Rotom's quick Shower Ball again, do 67. Celebi does survive. It clicks recover, but it's potentially in range of an Arwen, even with the lefties. Shower Ball's going to do 69. Celebi is forced to just click a button here. Not Psychic knock out the Rotom, but I mean, Scizor just comes in and clicks Bullet Punch twice, right? Or Starmie here. Starmie clicking Surf. But surely Jolteon's in range of Scizor at 30. Jolteon's going to knock out Starmie, but he can always just go Donphan too. Donphan honestly does not die from Healing Power at neutral. Gary 57, but an Earthquake's going to win the game. Wow, that's incredibly unfortunate. I mean, the freeze, two or three crits, I mean, that's unfortunate by his Pokemon. So, not much else to really say here. I mean, I think the prep was fine on both sides. Scarf Scizor, again, being super popular all tournament. It's honestly been the most popular set this year, which is quite interesting. But yeah, I mean, just a lot of hacks in Flare Blitzkrieg's favor. Kind of meant T1 never had a shot in that game to even get a foothold. It's unfortunate, but it is Pokemon. Let's go on to game 8. A lot of fast ones this stream, wow. So here we have Argazon versus Set H. So we do see on Argazon's side the Infernape. Infernape looks pretty solid. There's a lot of things that can revenge it though, so it probably has to be your Scarf or some sort of maybe Banded set, just click a button. And to be fair, Banded Flare Blitz is incredibly spammable here, so I can see that coming very easily. Getting on Dusknoir or Rotom or Blaze can just click a button, or on Steelix, and something has to come in and take a huge hit. On a Set H's side, I watched on Argus like this. Blissy's very frustrating because Set H's offense is very physical, or very special in the top 3. Yes, there's the Blaziken, but you do have Quaidol, which is a pretty decent Blaziken switch, all things considered. The Roserade on Argus' side looks okay. The Miss Maggie is a pretty decent spin blocker into Starmie, albeit it does get free at KO, but it can kind of force it out, which isn't bad. We see the dual spikers on Argus' side, so if they both come, it might even be hard for Set H to keep up with the pressure from the spikes. Quaidol is not a great spare into Dusknoir, though, or into Double Ghost, honestly, so rocks from Set H's side, if the Steelix comes, are going to be tough, and wearing down that Infernape is going to be really big for Set H's potential to win. This is a weird one. I can't call this matchup. Both sides have really good pieces into each other, but also really good pieces to check those. So let's get into the game then. Argazon versus Set H. And pulling on lead into Blaziken. Blaziken's going to quick Brick Break turn 1, but that Miss Maggie's going to come in for free. Into Steelix as the Empoleon comes in, forcing it out. Hydro Pump going to do 78 to Starmie with a crit. Oh god, that's offensive, and it did so much damage. But and Signal Beam's going to do 62 to Starmie. Cannot recover up here. Good, try and recover, but yeah, you can just As Empoleon clicks rocks this time. Okay. Thunderbolt's only going to do 40. Empoleon is Empoleon is very specially bulky, yeah. Signal Beam, yeah, well, but Starmie's got Firebolt, but this means these rocks are going to stay up, which could be big for Argazon throughout the game. Blaziken comes in here. Just a quick flare, but it's knocking out the Empoleon. But Empoleon already did its job. It kept rocks up and removed the Starmie. Infernape got Earthquake. Presumably that Blaziken is also Scarf, and the Infernape Scarf as well. Why not comes in? Yep, it is Scarf. Destiny Bond, why not? If you know it's Scarf, why not just counter there? I feel like you just counter there because you know it's Scarf, but Destiny Bond works too. Why not? It's going to go down. Amistar's going to come in, as will Weavile. Amistar just going to quick Surf as the Steelix comes in. I don't know if that crit mattered, but even if it did, I mean, just as 2 it KO'd easily. Alakazam comes in. Yeah, no Side Shock. That's going to be a problem with this Blissey. Focus Blast, even at +1, isn't going to do that much, and Blissey's going to Toxic it. Alakazam will Toxic Blissey back with Synchronize, but obviously you can just switch out and get the poison cured. Yeah, just like this. Rosalie's going to come in on the Focus Blast. Only take 34. It's going to Death Drop, though. Is it Scarf? No, it's Lefties. Focus Blast again, calling the Blissey, but is going to land, but Rosalie's going to do Shallow Ball, and this Alakazam's going to go down next turn no matter what. Yeah, you just let the Rosalie go down. It's not going to be useful into Weavile anyway. And then presumably you just go Amistar here and finish the game. Surely it can beat a 50% Weavile, right? Weavile's got a Night Slash, only do 51. If that crit, it might have been able to do it and clean up, but no luck. No luck with the crit. So yeah, very big win from Argazon. Getting these rocks up and keeping them up with Empoleon was huge. I mean, extra chip on stuff like Alakazam, like Weavile is really big. Why Not's always funny when it comes. I appreciate it coming, but I do think you should have just countered instead of Destiny Bonded because Infernape was locked into Earthquake, so you could have preserved your Why Not, maybe done something with it later. I don't know, maybe encored something. But yeah, so losing a Why Not there was not ideal, but it worked out, I guess, in terms of eliminating the Infernape. You just could preserve the Why Not too. And yeah, I mean, this was a pretty solid matchup for Argazon, I will say. So Infernape doing work. The Blaziken going down early really made it hard, though. I feel like Blaziken was the primary breaker here. And looking at this team, nothing really takes Brick with Flare Blitz. I feel like you need to preserve the Blaziken there and switch out to something on the Earthquake. What you're going to switch out to, I'm not sure. Probably have to go into the Why Not. But surely, like, anything's better than sacking your Blaziken there. I don't know. But win for Argazon, Frio. Let's get into our penultimate game of the stream. It hasn't even been an hour and we're already on the second to last game. It's crazy. So here we have Starnon and Ganzo versus Rigorous. I know Starnon and Ganzo is 1-0. I don't recognize Rigorous's team, so I don't watch any of his games yet. So first off, this Zapdos on Rigorous's side is wild. I mean, what does break it? You might need like a setup Miss Magius to honestly break it, which is a pretty tough spot to be in. I mean, Miss Magius looks pretty good if you can just get rid of the Spiritomb. Spiritomb is a bit difficult to wear down, but repeated hits from Scizor and Crobat can do it. Then Shaman on Rigorous' side, look okay, you just have to catch a Scizor with like a spit after dropping HP fire it to Oblivion. The Gyarados is also pretty nice. There's no wall resist outside Lapras. Lapras can Thunderbolt you. So Lapras could come here, but I don't love its matchup, honestly. On a starting on Ganzo's team, the Crobat is looking pretty nice here. As something to speed control, it's super fast and can even run like Modest here or Adamant, which could be really nice. But it is kind of shit on by the Zapdos to a lot of extent, unless it runs like Nasty Plot, Sludge Bomb. Or like Life Orb, Sludge Bomb might do enough, actually. To two-shot if it gets the poison. But I know, I think I'm going to give the matchup to Rigorous here. Zapdos is just so insanely strong. Zapdos is just going to stay on this entire team. I'm not sure what Starnon and Ganzo can do about it. So he's Starnon on the left and Rigorous on the right. Crobat lead into Gyarados. Just U-turn out with the Crobat on turn 1 into Drapion. Gyarados got Ice Fang, doing only 26 to Drapion, but it might be a more offensive Drapion based on damage. Drapion's got Thunder Fang, expecting Gyarados to stay in, but Zapdos is going to be a switch. Swampert is the switch into Drapion, into Zapdos. Thunderball is going to do nothing. HP Grass, but he is Rindo Berry. He is Mirror Coat Swampert, but that isn't going to do enough. Maybe if it wasn't the Rindo, it actually would have knocked. If it wasn't real, it would have actually knocked out a Zapdos. Surf doing 36 though. The Zapdos can just roost that off. On our HP Grass, as Swampert's going to Surf again. That does 51 because in Torrent. Now Zapdos can no longer roost these off effectively. And a crit that's going to guarantee it goes down. That's huge. I mean, Zapdos was like Rigorous's best Pokemon here. You know, it's already down on turn 7. I just think we'll knock out the Swampert, but I mean, that Zapdos going down. I just think that might be the end of the game. Will-O-Wisp on the Gyarados is pretty good. Gyarados is going to taunt, but he's slower. Thunderbolt is just going to take down the Gyarados as well. Hitmonlee's going to come in. What's Hitmonlee even going to do here? Stone Edge, okay, and calling the Crobat, which I guess that worked out. It's a Life Orb. I don't really get that play, but you could just got in Will-O-Wisp, but I guess it worked. Skarmory has Moltres coming in. Just going to quick Braver again. Another crit. Oh, God, that's a ton to Moltres. Skarmory is going to be forced out, though, into Mismagius, as Moltres can just roost here. Into Hitmonlee on the presumable Thunderbolt, but that's a good chunk. And if Mismagius... Oh, Sucker Punch. No, that's not going to work on a Will-O-Wisp, my friend. No. That is not going to do it. Hitmonlee's now burns you to nothing. And, oh, God, Mismagius is going to sub on the Sucker. This might be the end of the game. That's huge. I mean, it's just going to sub again as Hitmonlee still ages this time. In comes Moltres. I presume Mismagius is going to sub here. It's going to sub. Moltres is just going to take a huge Thunderbolt to the face now. Thunderbolt is going to do 53. Wow. Moltres is going to force out with Roar, at least. Scizor is going to come in, not where you want to be. And another fucking Scarf Scizor again. How many Scarf Scissors will we see this tournament? It's insane. We're going to get the Crunch defense drop here. Forcing out the Moltres. Crunch is going to take out the Hitmonlee. In comes the Moltres. On the Crunch, we're going to take 22. It can roost up if it wants here. It is. Even with the defense drop, it's only doing 33. Switching out to Nidoqueen, though, on the Crunch. And another defense drops. My God, this is Serene Grace fucking Drapion. Flamethrower into that. Anyway, Nidoqueen going to take out the Drapion there. Shadow Ball into the Shaman. And Skarm is going to come out here. Ominous Wind Shaman, what the hell? That's, I guess, something you can technically do. Skarmory is going to get rocks, but the Moltres come in. Good play from Rigorous. And take out the Skarmory with Flamethrower. Pretty good position for Rigorous. Your Shadow Ball isn't going to do that much. It's only going to do 39. Oh, it's a Death Drop. Holy shit. What? These Shadow Balls and Crunches are just dropping every time. Moltres is now in range of rocks. You don't switch there. You just sack the Moltres. What are you doing? I mean, Special doesn't matter. Nothing else speeds this Mismagius. You had to stay and just sack the Moltres and bring in Shaman hard. No, and I mean, Nidoqueen's sacking the Moltres to rocks. Nidoqueen can come in, but yeah, I mean, I know you're just going to Shadow Ball again. Oh my God, a critical hit. What the fuck? 66. Flamethrower isn't going to do jack shit anyway, but wow. Shadow Ball, and I mean, wow, that's unfortunate. Forgot Moltres dies to rocks. Yeah, I mean, switching out the Moltres there was, a gigantic misplay, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Shaman into Nidoqueen would have won otherwise. So, like, yes, Stardown got lucky with like the crits and it drops, but honestly, like, Rigorous still had the game if he just kept in his Moltres there. That's all we needed to do. Like, you bring in Shaman, this goes down to C-Flare most likely, and then Scizor can't break the Nidoqueen in one. Nidoqueen just knock out with Flamethrower because we know with Scarf, it's not gonna take that hit. But that is gonna be a 2-0 win for Rigorous. Pretty cool back with the Miracle Swampert, I do have to say. But yeah, that's and the very good Mismagius set. Obviously, suckering on the Mismag a couple times to get the burn after I revealed Will-O-Wisp was also not great from Rigorous, unfortunately. Like, getting willed as but it's been revealed to you quick suckers is not it. But yeah, I believe that is going to move Start on into brackets. Now we have one last game for the stream. So we have Soup versus Checkmate. I know we already saw Soup win a game today. And I think Checkmate's already run one, so I'm pretty sure the winner of this guarantees into brackets. We see a much worse T-Tar matchup for Soup this time compared to last time, but even then, the Hitmontop can get worn down. But it's only really coming out of T-Tar and maybe Ambipom, so I think the Hitmontop can be a really good, reliable check to this Snorlax. To this T-Tar. Kingdraw on Checkmate's side looks terrifying here. Like, a mixed Dragon Dance set, so you don't have to rely on the rain could be big. Like, Surf, and then, like, Ice Beam and maybe, like, Outrage or something. Could even just be Special Dragon Dance, honestly, if he wants. Like, Surf, Ice Beam, like, HP Grass could do something. But being mixed will allow you to hit the Cradily harder in Sand, which could come up. On Soup's side, this Gengar is looking pretty solid. No real Ghost Resist on Checkmate's side, just the Lopunny. So Gengar can quick Shadow Ball freely. I think it's probably Scarf here most likely, but he could run specs and just say, well, yeah, Ace-House a bit annoying, but like I can always go into my Spadef, to my Fat T-Tar and Pursuit Trap, and even if it's U-turns, I don't mind that much. Not even if the Hitmontop comes in, I have ways to respond to it. So I think this Gengar was very strong for Soup. I think this is pretty even. I can't give this one way or the other, honestly. Following up on that, I could see is Regice coming. It looks kind of bad here, but like it does get stuff like Ice Beam, like Charty Berry counter for the T-Tar. I don't know. I think it could be funny. Let's again to give Soup on the left and Checkmate on the right. T-Tar leading into Azelf. Azelf's just going to U-turn. Is T-Tar going to Pursuit? Yes. Is Azelf Cobra Berry? It is. So, but, oh my god, that just Okos. What the fuck? That is a band. Yeah, that's obviously a very, very banded T-Tar Pursuit Okos through the fucking berry. That's insane. Coolfish comes in. It's going to set up the rain. It's going to almost definitely boom here. No, it's going to Poison Jab, punishing the Gengar switching slightly. It's going to take a quarter of its health from just the Poison Jab. And Waterfall's going to knock it out. What's coming in next? In comes the Venusaur. And Coolfish is going to boom now. It's gone 2 for 1, taking out both the Venusaur and the Gengar. Hitmontop's going to come in, calling this T-Tar to come in to set the sand. Hitmontop's in quite a good position now with Venu down and Gengar. Quiltzcomet's going to do very well to Fortress, though. Fortress gets to get up Hazards here. We'll see what he wants to do. In comes the Bronzong. Fortress is going to try and Toxic, though. Wearing down that Hitmontop will be important, but this does give free entry to Bronzong. Bronzong just set the rain back up here. Zapdos coming in. Fortress can't really do much to it. It's going to boom, though, and a crit takes out the Zapdos. That crit may or may not have mattered. I'm not sure. It depends on the Zapdos spread and the Fortress investment. But this gets Kingdra game for free. Hydro Pump onto Swampert 79. Swampert's get Toxic. This will help with the Life Orb, but I don't know if Soup has enough turns here. Surf is just going to knock out the Swampert the next turn. In comes Cradily. Cradily in the rain promises. Oh, no, and a crit. That's going to take out the Cradily. That's big. But to be fair, Hitmontop probably won the game anyway because we know T-Char's banded. Surf is going to knock out the Tyranitar. But honestly, I don't think that crit on Cradily mattered that much because you just go into Hitmontop and quick close combat twice anyway. But wow, I mean, pretty big win from Checkmate. He started off really poorly with the getting Pursuit trapped with the Cobra Berry. But then Quillfish just got off a 2 for 1 early and Kingdra was able to come in and just click buttons. I mean, that's how you play Rain, folks. You just keep up the pressure. Never let your opponent get a foothold, and you just keep getting that damage in over and over, and that's what he did. Well played by Checkmate, and he should move on to brackets with that. So with that, we are going to call the stream there. 10 games in under an hour. It is one of our shortest streams. Tons of super fast offensive games this time. Very fun. I hope you all have a good rest of your day, and I'll